The US Senate launches another attack on Bitcoin as Coinbase vs. SEC battle intensifies. Attorney John Deaton joins the fray, filing an amicus brief in support of Coinbase's appeal. Deaton highlights the urgent need for regulatory clarity in the crypto space, criticizing the SEC's inconsistent approach. Stay tuned for more updates on this unfolding legal saga. Stay tuned as the debate unfolds. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and let's start. So we're starting off with BlackRock and Fidelity now holds 428,000 Bitcoin at 2% of the total supply. This is within 76 trading sessions. On average 5,633 Bitcoin per trading session. Imagine what comes next. Next, Popsy Boys sell at 100k, 500k, 1 million, and 2% turns into 10%, 20, 30, all the way up to probably 50%, but many people will finally have a Lambo and expensive wrist watches. I don't understand how people are bearish on Bitcoin here, still holding a massive support. As well as the Bitcoin bull flag pattern has a target of $117,000, but you wouldn't believe it at all. New Bitcoin daily transactions just hit a new all-time high, probably nothing for us. The move to El Salvador, the new land of the free, home of the Bitcoin. No fentanyl crisis, no mass shootings, no looting, safest country in hemisphere. Bitcoin is legal tender, great coffee, great weather, great beaches, 3 Papuas for $1, GDP moves higher. I absolutely loathe Trump, but as Bitcoin single-issue voter, sadly I don't think there is an alternative. Biden has handed over the keys to financial regulation to Warren, the most odious would-be autocrat in the generation, and in a not unlikely event of a Biden House issue and Kamala takeover. Warren would be even further empowered, as it would in essence be a long house administration. Bitcoin inverse head and shoulders pattern. If Bitcoin remains under 71,000, we are eyeing a potential rise to $35,000. Rough day across the board for the Kentucky Derby and the Bitcoin ETFs yesterday. 5 ETFs saw outflows for a total of minus $217 million. Franklin was the only ETF with an inflow at the $1.9 million. I think altcoins are close to bottoming here. Even if Bitcoin goes up and then smashes down to the high to meet 50Ks once more, I think alts right here are about as bad as it gets. So good news for those who have held. The worst is over in my opinion, and the next major leg up for alts will make you forget this pullback. That could take a month or so, but who cares, just have patience. This is totally normal for a bull market, by the way. You should have seen what alts did back in 2017-2018 when Bitcoin corrected several times over 30%. Alts got decimated, but they absolutely skyrocketed afterwards as they recovered so much, in fact, that I rarely hear anyone talking about how bad they pulled back. All I hear about is how epic alt season was back then. This time will be no different at all. Just nearly all major Bitcoin ETFs are now facing record high outflows. At one point, the Maxim Miltia called anyone a conspiracy theorist or a scammer if they said ETF wouldn't usher in trillions of dollars of institutional demat. Bitcoin's barely holding up here, and the only reason it isn't plunging to new lows right now is because Tether, but that won't last forever. TikTok. You've been spreading Bitcoin FUD for a long time. First it was that ETFs will be denied wrong. Now after billions in ETF inflows, you FUD record outflows, which are relatively low versus prior inflows. What's your endgame? Are you shorting Bitcoin? If not, who do you work for? And I agree with this one. If people just go and FUD this type of things like Bitcoin, I don't know what are they looking for and what are they expecting. Are they shorting or are they playing for someone else's work? I don't know, but that's kind of suspicious. US Senate candidate jumps into Coinbase versus SEC battle. Coinbase versus US Securities and Exchange Commission is witnessing a huge turn of events as John Deaton is reportedly jumping into the intense legal battle, and it is expected that this court filing is going to put on a huge weight and grab more attention from the crypto community. So, Eleanor Terrett, Fox Business journalist, reported that the candidate for the Massachusetts Senate is preparing to file an amicus brief in support of Coinbase's motion for an interlocutory appeal. She mentioned that in the brief, Deaton has highlighted the critical need for legal clarity regarding digital assets, as the attorney has cited the SEC's inconsistent approach to regulation and its negative impact on the industry. She mentioned that in order to prove a point, the Senate candidate cites legal cases like Ripple, Library.com, and Telegram. However, the attorney has also used the prior statements from the SEC and letters from the regulators and lawmakers showing concerns over the regulators' actions. The attorney had criticized the SEC's lack of consistency. This includes its shifting position on whether crypto tokens are securities and its ecosystem is the security argument. So Deaton argues against the notion that Bitcoin is not a security. This is because it lacks an ecosystem, calling it a plain dumb. This statement comes in when Coinbase is challenging the SEC's stance on digital assets in court. The next one is Michael Saylor summarizes why MicroStrategy is superior to Bitcoin ETF. MicroStrategy Executive Chairman Michael Saylor in an interview discussed the unique advantages that MicroStrategy has over its competitors. So what happened? According to Saylor, MicroStrategy can, unlike ETFs, leverage its stock offer options and issue convertible debt. Thanks to its operational flexibility and financial instruments, MicroStrategy thus enjoys a unique advantage over Bitcoin ETFs. ETFs got approved and people thought of ETFs are approved. That may not be good for you because you're trading in a premium, but in fact the opposite was true because we have a lot of Bitcoin and we're an operating company, Saylor explained in an interview. MicroStrategy's approach involves using its corporate structure to enhance investor returns on Bitcoin investments. The company's strategy includes issuing convertible debt, which appeals particularly to the convertible arbitrage investors looking for volatility, liquidity, and transparency. So this allows investors to hedge out exposure while benefiting from potential upside in Bitcoin's value. MicroStrategy has been aggressive in its Bitcoin's acquisition, reinforcing its commitment to not only hold but also increase its Bitcoin holdings. So Saylor noted, we're leveraged Bitcoin with a passionate shareholder base, 120 to 140, 150 something, but more than 100 in volatility. If you know the Black-Scholes equation, if you plug volatility in, it makes the option more valuable. Moreover, the ability to issue debt and equity offers MicroStrategy a way to raise capital without the immediate sell-off risks associated with ETFs, which are typically arbitraged back to net asset value. They release can't trade at a premium. They can't issue convertible debt, as Saylor added, contrasting MicroStrategy's capabilities with the limitation faced by Bitcoin ETFs. So looking at this, all the information we have, the Bitcoin is in really good hands as of now. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you in the next one, and peace.